wasn't going to do a video today, but a couple of people have congratulated me on being sober for 10 years and have asked how I did it, so I thought I'd let you know. One chappie in particular is on his 5th day, so good on you, buddy. Keep it going. The longest journey started with the first step. The best way to be an alcoholic, don't start. You know you're an alcoholic before you even start, because the alcohol's in the bottle, but the ism is in your DNA. No one knows who's going to be an alcoholic. You start, you take your first drink, and it's such an insidious disease. It just creeps up on you over years and years and years and years. I came from an alcoholic father, controllable alcoholic mother, controllable alcoholic. I mean, they didn't recognise they were alcoholics, like so many people. I mean, just because people hold down jobs, they don't think they're an alcoholic. Well, when you're an alcoholic, you can spot alcoholics, and particularly those ones who live in denial. The one that comes home from work and has to have a drink every day, every night, they're alcoholics and they don't know it. Oh, but they're okay, they don't get out of control. But they are. Their brains are getting out of control and they don't realise it. Their internal organs are getting hammered and they don't realise it. I must have frizzled my brain. I had a mate used to say to me, "How are you so smart? You must have killed so many brain cells." I started drinking probably at the age of 14 or 15, just having a little bit of a drink. Went into pubs when I was about 17, when the drinking age was 21, because mates of my dad's had pubs, so, I soon give up the raspberry lemonade and was drinking beer. And I can remember one day when I was about 21, I'd had a heavy day on the booze, and the next day we were down the pub, and I said, my dad said to me, "You want a beer?" And I said, "No, mate, couldn't look at one." And his friend said, "Oh, he's never going to be an alcoholic, he can't back up." Huh, how wrong was he? I finished up an Olympic champion at drinking alcohol, so you never know. But I don't know where I started being an alcoholic. I suppose from the first time I took a drink, but I drank as a teenager, and then I got called up in the National Service and done my 2 years there, and drank fairly heavily in the army with the army buddies, because we had no one to answer to, so to speak. Then when I got out of the army, I knocked around in Sydney and Melbourne, in particular Melbourne, because I was stationed over in Victoria in the early part of my army career, and went back to Melbourne and knocked around with a few mates I'd made over there, then up to Sydney to mates I had up there, and up to Brisbane, Cairns, travelled all over Australia, and till I settled down. But I kept drinking, and I suppose I drank till about I got married at the age of 25, and I never had a drink for 4 or 5 years and made a lot of money. And then I started drinking again and lost a lot of money. And then I made a lot of money again, and then I lost a lot of money, then made a lot of money and lost a lot of money, all through drinking. I suppose it was uncontrollable, but I just had no respect for money and less respect for myself, the way I was drinking, and probably less respect for my family. Because this is what happens with alcohol. It's such a strong, strong drug. There's only one drug I know worse than alcohol, and that's nicotine, the cigarette. I found that difficult to give up. Anyhow, I gave up drinking probably 5, 6, 7 or 8 times. Went to AA half a dozen times. Still, the pull of the alcohol was too powerful. I just couldn't give it away. And I go away for 6 months, 12 months, 18 months. But the booze won out all the time. I got into trouble. I mean, I don't know how many drink driving charges I had. Not proud of them. Went to jail for a month for one of them. And back in the days when the old Adelaide jail, you had to carry your own shit bucket. Didn't have toilets in your jail cell. Good one for you, Joey. And yeah, the mistakes you make on the booze. There's an old saying, when alcohol costs you more than the price of the drink, you're an alcoholic. How true is that? How true is that? Just think back of all the things you've done and just think of what it's cost you. A lot more than the dollar stubby, I'll guarantee you. I mean, Harley is very lucky. He gave up drinking when he was 20. I mean, he saved himself a lot of heartache. But as I said, you've got to take the step. When I finally gave up drinking at the age of 60, I went stone cold turkey right that day, and I've never had a drink for that 9 3/4 years. Now, I had a friend at the same time, and they went to AA, and I supported them, but I didn't go to AA. I just stone cold gave it away. And I continued smoking for another 6 years. 3 years. I gave up smoking in 2010. It's funny how I gave up smoking. I was just about to fly over to Las Vegas, and about a month before I was about to leave, I said, I'm going to make out I'm on the plane going to Las Vegas, and I won't be able to have a smoke. So I didn't have a smoke for 24 hours. And then when I got there, I said, they won't let me in. So I have to go home. So I couldn't leave the airport. I couldn't have a smoke. So I never had a smoke for another 24 hours. And when I got to the airport, they said, no, you can go back. So I went back. So 4 days, I played that little game with myself, and I haven't had a smoke since. I mean, I'm so lucky. But I mean, why didn't I, when all the warning signs were there? I mean, I had cirrhosis of the liver. That wasn't enough to make me give up the drinks or the smokes. I had 2 heart attacks and 2 stents put in. That wasn't enough. That wasn't enough for me to get off the booze. You know, I got prescribed to be a diabetic on insulin. That wasn't enough for me to get off the booze. You know, I lost my family. That wasn't enough. I lost my money. That wasn't enough. It is such a powerful, powerful drug. And the only way you'll get over it, get away from it, is like any drug. You know, the rehabs, to a degree, they all work in their own funny ways and all that. You have got to have the internal courage and just say, enough is enough. That is it. It's great if you get support from rehabs. It's great if you get support from friends. It's great if you get support from family. It's great if you get support. But it's really down to you. And you have got to want it enough. You have got to want it enough. You've got to say enough is enough. It's costing me more than the price of the drink, whether it's your health, your mind, your friends. You know, in the finish, I mean, I used to be able to go down to the pub all day and all night and come home and drink a carton of beer. In the finish, a 6-pack was knocking me over. I thought, this poor liver just cannot get rid of this alcohol. It's just laying there. Eventually, I bit the bullet, I gave it away, and my life has never been better. Never been better. So as you can see, here I am, travelling the world, eating spuds and green, and talking to you. It's all good fun. Look, leave your notes below. I'll try and answer as many as I can, because this is an important subject, and if I can get one person off the bottle, that'll do me. This is Spuds Green, over and out.